Hello and welcome to Dance Bants. I'm your host and who am I? A hovering fruit fly. And today I'm here with Aaron Griffin. Aaron started dancing on the Gold Coast at the age of 7 and found a passion for storytelling by refining multiple dance styles. He was a big part of the formation of the crew Golden Coastline and has been connecting the dance community on the east coast of Australia for years. Please welcome Aaron Griffin.
Yeah. No, g'day,
What's
mate.
good?
Many a things. How are you?
I'm great. Where are we, Aaron?
East coast of Australia.
We're here at the original green screen.
Yeah, it's
And
nice.
the first question I have for
I
you
like it.
is, Aaron Griffin, what do you reckon?
Man, I like that question. I reckon not enough sleep creates a mental state where you're slow but a genius.
Have you ever shat yourself?
Honestly, not that I can remember, but I will say one time I was in the dream state and like for some reason it was like your typical like standing at the trough situation, and like I was peeing in the dream. I felt the pee start to happen and I had to cut it off really quickly, and I woke up in a panic, but it was just a couple of drips. It wasn't bad.
Righto.
Is that the same thing? It's not shit, but
Yeah, that's good enough. It's close. It's the closest you can probably get. And are you afraid of dying?
Nah, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm just definitely afraid of not standing up for the right things at the right times. And so if I was to like pass at a later age knowing I should have gone earlier, I would regret, like,
right.
if my path encounters like death, but if it was my path, stoked. But I want to dodge my path to live longer.
Word. That's a really cool answer. I like that. All right. Well, that's the 3 big questions.
Oosh.
And so now we're going to do yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah.
Have you ever stolen something?
Yeah.
Do you have an enemy?
Nah.
Do you have a big secret?
Yeah.
Can you speak another language?
I should be able to, but nah.
Can you play a... Did I just ask you if you can play a musical instrument?
Nah, but yeah.
Yeah. Can you sing?
Hell no.
Ballet or jazz?
Oh, shit. Jazz. I guess not not commercial jazz, not that that isn't dope as well, but the jazz I kind of mean is more like, I guess, yeah, Hundy. Definitely.
Wiggles or high five?
Nah, wigs.
Wig.
Yeah, wiggy.
Yeah.
Wiggy, for sure. Wigs and
Big show or intimate informal showing?
big show all day. Life is like an intimate showing. You could show anybody what you want to show them, like your friends, blah, blah, you know. If you want to do an intimate show, it's like that could be happening at any time of day. The show need to be big and the message need to be strong. Otherwise, we're just not like speaking to the whole collective. And if we can't speak to the whole collective with art, then you pretty much need telepathy.
Matt Corby at Splendor in the Grass or Matt Corby at Carols in the Domain?
He should stay in the carols with them eyelash blinking eyes. Do you know Stephen Tanos?
Yeah.
I went to Carnival one time and seen him perform to Brother. That night, that piece was a monstrosity. That shit was dope. 2 people threw him like a good 4 meters, and the Carnival stage is like 4 meters.
Beginner tap? Okay. You never know what's a wasp and what's a fly in this place, you know? Oi, don't you reckon people don't talk about how the smell of a tomato vine is like one of the best smells ever enough?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hear it all the time. I gotta say, I fucking love tomatoes though. They're like...
It's like the brother of basil.
You can taste the sunshine in tomatoes.
So just while we're on the topic, we're here on your small plot of land. Would you describe it as?
Nah, I don't own any land. That fly owns this spot.
We're in the Garden of Eden. Tell me a bit about the philosophy of like what you're doing here. Why not in the big city with a roof over your head?
Because I don't really like debt slavery. By debt slavery, I mean like taking care of and upholding the value of things that like aren't yours, and you have to trade your time to own them. And then ownership in a place like Earth, again, I don't know if that really makes sense, because at any point like nature can shift and you can lose your shit.
Yeah.
So I just don't feel like I'm down with a roof, obviously, like, but
Well,
like if I don't own it and I have to spend all my time to get it, I just don't think I'm part of the generation that's like gonna do that.
Fuck yeah.
I don't even know if it's fuck yeah, honestly. Like, I don't even know. I honestly don't feel like I know what's right or if this is the right path or not. I'm actually just like trying my best, Like, no front. Like, I'm not necessarily successful at any particular thing. I'm not like killing it in any particular way. I feel like I'm quite like fluid. I'm not like trying to be at the front or the back of anything.
So we're fucking off the grid is what we are right now. And I love it here. And I feel like I'm in the womb.
Hey.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'll tell you why. It's because this is definitely not my space. This is the space of a young, old soul, incredible woman. And I've been like very lucky to like essentially be chosen. I've met someone that was like, hey, let's journey. Like, I want to know you.
Yeah.
And so like whatever my plans were, it's just like, you know, look into a human's eyeballs and be like, all right, let's see where you're going. Not for judgment's sake, but like, as in like, yeah, I'm going to jump on your ship. Like, I'll help you out. How's your life?
Shout outs to Lily.
Yeah, shout out.
That's beautiful, man.
That's the womb space, because it's her. When she came here, there was nothing much on this spot anyway.
Right.
You know?
It's a big question, but I was going to ask you because I said remind me to ask, but I just want to get it out of my head. How do I find my soul? Was that the question?
Oh my God.
How do
you
I
get closer to you?
Oh yeah. How do I get closer to my soul?
Spend time alone. Another way would be like choosing to take like paths or make decisions that don't necessarily always make your life easier. Like that mix between what you want and what you need. Don't always just do what you want. If you push for the needs, you realize it's not easy. And so there's struggle. And so if you're struggling to provide what you and your people need, the soul will probably meet you there.
So what do the dancers need?
They need to pay less rent. If dancers were paying less rent, they wouldn't be like pushed with a monetary agenda so heavily. Like say if your rent's $200, $300 a week, which I'm sure is pretty normal for a lot of people, how much you make in an hour, like you don't want to be working a kitchen job to try and pay that off, you know? So you want to be doing gigs if you can. Time is of the essence. Dancers need more time to spend with each other or on their craft.
So is the solution there on the dancer finding a cheaper place to rent, or the whole situation at large, like the government? Oh,
that's step one. Yeah, you and your dancer friends, let's say, if we worked together and if community was real, like, you know, you could move together, live and share costs, work together more, carpool, grow food, and work towards creating bodies of work that were undeniably impactful. You know, taking the time to use knowledge and wisdom to impact and provide a genuine service.
Dreams. That's dreams, man.
Dance in Australia is doing fucking good. I like Australia. I think dance is incredible.
Talk about this.
Yeah. I think Australia is fucking the shit. You know, you don't have to like aim big. You don't have to shoot for the stars. You can and shit like you're in Pandora's box, like as in like you're fucking on the east coast of Australia. It's 50 k's from the forest to the sand. It's like the most incredible place in the world. You're not fighting the elements. You're not dealing with like crazy animals, except Australia's got poisonous shit. Just like everything's there for you, and we still just want to get in the Black Mirror. It's like, I don't understand. I feel like everything is going fucking swimmingly. Keep doing the arts, considering how much time people are spending to pay for stuff. Like how much spare time do you have? You know, like shit takes time to create. So I feel like everyone's doing really, really good.
That's what I like to hear, man.
Yeah, no, all good. I'll see you in a sec.
Aaron, could you please tell me a little bit about yourself and your history?
I definitely came into dance from like the storytelling side. Like I feel like I had a story to tell from a young age and needed outlets. Didn't have music yet. Dance was definitely the one. Like long story short, I kind of was just like abducted, but it's not necessarily complicated or like the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Just something that happened along the way. And then when I came back to Australia, like couldn't speak English too good, and like a lot had happened to me. I was confused. I was young, and dad was single dad but busy, just literally like just put me in swimming and dancing. I'm 8 years old, dad's working or whatever. After that it was high school, like from like 11 or 12, you know what I mean? And I like dropped out of dance, not for any reason other than like, you don't fucking dance at Robina High School. Like, you don't dance. Get that the fuck out of here. Like, you can't dance here, you know what I mean? It's like, literally, I will fight you because you're a dancer. Like, that was the masculine that I was being met with at Robina High School.
Is that with an I, like Ribena, like the black currant confectionery
Sugar, water,
drink?
purple.
Shout outs to Robina.
Yeah.
What do you think about the general public and their perspective on dance? Like, do you think it's an issue that we need to try and make it change?
Nah, I think the issue is when people with the answers don't share. So, like, if people are good, if you're good, like, don't hide. You know what I mean? Because, meanwhile, someone's got an online business teaching dance tutorials to millions of people, and their mentality is dance is popping. I can hashtag dance and reach a lot of people. The only problem is when like the good souls or like the knowledge doesn't come through the people. Like someone to be really smart on their shit, super knowledgeable. They sit back and don't say much.
Word. Well, if you're out there with the knowledge, I'd like you to come take a seat on the Dance Bants show. That's what I'm out here looking for. And so maybe you got
a handy
some
fruit
answers
fly
for me today.
I reckon the best teachers of the general public will always be kids. Kids are like the ones that are finding the shit and doing it. So most parents will learn about dance, etc. through their kids. So we just got to make sure that there's mad info out there for kids to find.
Oi, before you said to me that dance is like the one thing we've got left. Do you remember exactly what you said?
It's like a very, very strong conduit for like collective consciousness. Like everyone knows and is up to date with different dances, different moves, or whether it's just for a lol and a laugh online, or if it's like a body movement, like exercise that like helps you release trauma, or like from the most simplistic to the most complex. Dance is in everyone's lives, period. Like someone could not dance at all year, but they'll still drop a couple of caps and try and go have a boog on the floor. Do you know what I mean? Like even if you work every day in a call center, you're still like trying to get that K-hole so you feel free enough to like just move that back. You know what I'm saying? Like people had been like oppressed physically to the point where like dance is like our last frontier. Music,
that's what you said.
Music has been like completely hijacked. Like we're so lucky that we have YouTube and like SoundCloud and different like open source places to find different music, because the music that's getting pushed is Big Boys Club owns music. You know, like look at the music video for WAP. Look at WAP. What is happening to music? Like, music is gone. Like,
Yeah.
no one wants to listen to someone like sit around a fire and like tell a story on the old nylon string guitar anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, listen to the first verse, swipe to the next track. Or
But there is dance in WAP, isn't there?
I don't know. Is there? Like, men in the music industry were over-sexualizing things. And instead of like women silencing that and teaching them a lesson, they're like, hey, I'ma fucking do it too, and I'ma be like, nah, nah, way worse than you. And it's like one up each other as opposed to just like kill the game.
Music and dance are inextricably linked for you and everyone.
Yeah,
but for you.
You have to finger tut to play guitar. You have to groove to play the djembe. You have to be an octopus and have crazy coordination to play the drums. Like,
This is what I'm saying,
any
man.
instrument is a dance in itself to play it. It's physical movement with a rhythm.
Yeah.
So you can't play an instrument without having a deep understanding of movement coordination. And dance is movement coordination, except drop the instrument. There's no prop, but people still create their own rhythms and own flows with dance over the top of music like it's another instrument, which is, I feel like, where it's going. Like, dance really being its own instrument over the top, it accompanies music.
Yeah. That's the reason why I dance, is I want to become the music. And they're my favourite dancers.
What are your favourite dancers?
People who become the music.
Who are your favourite dancers?
I love like Sean Liu and
Sick.
Ian Eastwood and Emma Portner
Okay.
and Harry Wade.
Yeah, sick.
Clarence became the music yesterday. It was pretty fucking hectic. I was like, I would have paid a lot of money to see that, man.
Hey, he's fucking good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. He's got that.
He's very smart.
He's got the brain for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit
Yeah.
ain't a joke. This shit is like,
Yeah.
it ain't no joke, but it's funny. It's nice to watch, but it's nice to do.
Yeah.
When you move, the concentration state that it puts you in allows for a less like overthink headspace.
Yeah.
Which means like divine truths get to drop in. What I mean by that is like, same as when you're driving or reading. You're using a certain amount of your CPU doing something, but doesn't mean you can't think at all.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of your brain that's thinking, and all that's left is like divinity.
What's divinity?
Thoughts that you're not trying to have that profoundly impact you. You had a thought, you don't know where it came from, it impacts you, and it's like, what was that?
You seem pretty in touch with the divine. That's what I'm saying. In this garden, I feel like I'm quite a significant amount closer to the divine.
If you're surrounded by concrete, you'd walk past rubbish on the ground because it's like it's contained by something that doesn't matter. Everything out here matters intrinsically. You don't know why necessarily, but everything matters. It makes you want to tiptoe. You don't stomp around.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like this place loves you.
Do you reckon?
I reckon.
Cool.
I don't mean just you. I mean
No,
everyone.
all. Yeah, no.
Your garden loves me, dude.
Yeah.
And
bro.
I love it.
Yeah, we love this garden.
I've
I reckon
been
this
told-
show's sick. So I reckon this
Oh.
show's sick. That's why I'm on it.
Thanks.
Because like just more chats, and it's hard to get everyone together.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big scene. Everyone's so far
Yeah.
apart. Like, I'm a part of multiple scenes as well. And I know how hard it is to like completely tune into one and know everything that's going on. But just any type of platforms where people are sharing thoughts and documenting it means that other people can tune in their downtime, get on track with the conversation.
Yeah.
So it means we can all be adding to the same thing. Energy, like
Yeah.
you only need a few bright souls to come together to completely change the world or change or make good things happen. But if everyone's having a different conversation, we're stuck in the communication.
Yeah.
How do you move together if you're stuck in communication? Conversations like this get people on the same page. And when you're on the same page, history gets written. to all the listeners out there, if you got some mad stories you want to tell about Oz dance, the history of it, whatever means something to you,
Yeah.
contact your local fruit fly.
This is something I've been hearing a lot lately, right? That there was a golden era. Is that what you called it? There was like a golden age of dance way back like 10 years ago before social media. And as you watch the social media usage go up, the kind of soul of the dance goes down. I think about that all the time, but you said to me that you reckon it's all out there still. And you seem very, very hopeful about the future of our dance and about what's already going on in our scene.
I do. I feel like apart from the fact that people have a lot of their time taken up against some time thieves, Australian dance in general gets a lot of energy put into it. A lot of people come together for no reason. You know, there's not like crazy benefits out of it other than human interaction. You know, you win a battle, make $150 to $400. Like, it's not, you know, why are people doing it? It's because we love it. And that's just a good sign.
I like the way you talk about femininity.
Hey.
That's pretty cool. Would you like to expand upon that?
The divine feminine fixed my back, let's put it that way. I feel like men have to hold like a certain shape and form, whereas like obviously all people are fluid. Like obviously all people are a mix of anything that could be human, and the options are infinite. Like and no one's the same. That's kind of the game. Like that's the premise. The body actually needs that fluidity to not get like stagnant and injured. So for me, just for some reason, like the shapes and the forms that I'd been holding with my vessel had created like weakness in the lower back.
Fucking yeah.
And it took like an arched strength, softness, and like a pigeon-toed squat to fix the lower back.
So they are squat is feminine?
I feel feminine when I do a pigeon-toed squat. You make a shape every day.
Yeah.
And so if you make the same shape every day, that's the shape you're stuck with.
Yeah.
So if you make the stand-up, drive car, sit at work, sleep shapes, if they're the shapes that your body make and you don't make any other shapes, 30 years later, it doesn't matter what the fuck you're trying to do. You'll look like you're sitting at a fucking desk at work or driving a car, because they're the shapes. So needed to make new shapes. And to fix my back, I had to make feminine shapes and be strong in them. Hell no.
What made you start doing the feminine shapes,
My back was cooked. My back was sore.
And so did you have the thought, like, I better get feminine with it?
Nah, like, I had to go to the opposite of all the shapes that I was making too often to find a new middle ground. Observe, interact, and support. We're all trying to make an impact. Whether it's in your own life or someone else's, everyone's trying to make an impact. And what I mean by that is we're trying to move together. Whatever it is that you're starting or creating or doing, you're generally trying to share it with someone. We need to observe, interact, and assist with each other's stories instead of everyone trying to yell their own story as loud as they can.
Word.
Say there's 365 days in a year. If we had a Australian dance page forum, you could do one day on each person, and everyone shows mad love and shares videos about one person each day. What happens is everyone's sharing their own shit, everyone's looking at it and not interacting with it. That would be like mad productive. You heard?
Fucking A. So how can we get like a bit closer to that?
We're observing with technology
as opposed to observing with physical presence.
Yeah. So if everyone tuned back into who's near them, interacting with it and assisting them, your story would come to life through them. And at some point, they would probably help you on your story. So many incredible things have happened in Australia, but just not enough support, potentially, was given, or not enough light shined on certain individuals. Maxwell would be one. Like, the world got all crazy and like went wild about his shit. But like, I reckon Australia should get behind that kid. If people want to talk about like, you know, like pushing a vision or getting somewhere, it's like that kid kicked the doors down of the internet.
Well,
and like who turned up? Like who turned up for him? Like I don't see anyone like.
Well, isn't that such a prime example though of that crossroads that we're at, of like, well, there's so many reasons people don't want to support, and that's that they're going to look a certain way. I mean, I don't really want to get into this conversation, but like feeding into the ideologies that they're meant to, you know?
Yeah. I think that's because the internet, people live through the internet. They don't just use it. The internet is using them.
Yeah.
They're not using the internet. For instance, like you see someone's video, if you want to support them, favorite it, save it, send it to people, share it, comment and like. That's the only way the algorithms work. Like that's the function of Facebook. This is a tool. Like Australian dance scene could reach however far they wanted if they moved in a unison fashion. It'd be so easy. Because it's it's a pretty decent amount of people and not everyone's on the same page.
That's like a little motif of the conversation, is that we're not on the same page.
It's hard enough to get millions of people to use language and find a consensus, let alone living in all the different judgments. Like how could we ever find a consensus?
I reckon the judgment's the issue.
Judgment is your own brain. So don't let your own brain get in between you and another human being. Fuck, bro. Everyone needs love.
Word.
Keep that love on them. That's how people get good, is like...
Well, love is scary too, right? Like, expressing love is maybe what would bring us all on the same page. But it's like, I gotta like make my brand. And a brand doesn't have love.
Yeah, that's the money thing. There you go.
Yeah, and maybe support is time as well.
Things that people are, it's not an endless commodity.
But then we're back at square one. So I guess what we do have is like and comment. Bars all day. 4 bar, kill off. 4 bar, switch rhyme, kill off. How could I prepare my bars, man?
Stack basics. This is just off the top of my head. I'm not sure where everyone else in the world is with foundations. So to me, 9 square is like a philosophy, because from where you're standing, 1 step away from dancing. And so if you want a way to simplify what you're going to do and remove judgment, you're literally 1 step away from dancing, and it's just, when are you going to do it? So that's a pretty good foundation, because I want to practice dance, and I don't want to be stuck with my feet together. So take 1 step out and use your heel or your toe. Yeah. And you have 9 squares. Like, it's a dance revolution. Like, let's do this. Foundation. Like, when I say foundation, it's like...
Yeah.
So if you got
it's a word you hear all the time, and it's starting to lose its meaning, because I still haven't gotten like many definitions of foundation. And for me, it's swirling around in my head a lot, because I eventually would like to battle. And I feel that I don't have enough foundation. So I'm asking around, what's the foundation? What's the foundation?
Cool, you have foundation. Think about how much foundation you have. Foundation would be turnout.
Yeah.
Turnout is a foundation. The mentality is we're front on, but I want to look like a picture. So we split it 2D so that from front on you look like unreal. That's a foundation there.
That's comforting to hear. What I think,
it's bars that you need. If you can use your dance and your foundation and create bars with it that have the same BPM as the music in battles, then you'll fuck shit up. So pace is important. Give us a theory and a concept for your dance.
Right, so, well, here I am in the lolly shop, right? I'm out here to buy snakes. And the moves I do should not tell anyone that I'm out here to buy a 6-foot-long sub.
Voila.
This very healthy-looking man just wandered into our area. What's your name, sir?
My name is Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah.
And you live around the corner, right?
I'm just down the creek.
In your 2nd year here?
2nd year, yeah. Been doing lots of growing food, building some houses.
What brought you to this place?
Ex-girlfriend.
Cool. And what do you think the rest of the world could learn about this way of life?
Oh, I think the most beauty in life is in simplicity. And if I say more than that, it's not going to be simplicity, but
Fucking
I could
yeah.
elaborate. But
Yeah.
9 listeners.
Yeah.
Well, I think multiplications of 3 are really good. So, 3 times 3 is 9. And, look for 3 in life. But
Okay.
go for your dreams. It's what we're all going to die. So why don't we just like do everything that we love and stuff?
Fuck yeah. What's your dream?
Growing turmeric and running a cafe.
Fuck yeah, dude. Sick.
But, take over the world with beautiful ways of living and all collaborate and live in community together and have fun and shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. Thanks so much for your time, Campbell.
Oh, my pleasure.
I got one more sick point.
Yeah.
This is just something that clicked in my head a couple of days ago and just realized I had to say it. And it's pretty much whatever you want to see in the world, just be and do it. Like if you have a problem with something or if you don't like something, all you can do is just add a little bit to the solution. I would say a mad application like that for the dance scene in Australia, because that's what I got love for at this point. Everyone is at an incredible level. Everyone's doing fucking good. Document more of how good you're doing and share it freely with people. On top of that, make content with each other, document it well, and keep it. If you don't document it, it's just a memory that you're trying to explain or trying to solidify in the memory of others. We won't know what's going on in your city, in your state, in your scene unless you document it and share it. And that's what the internet's for. For the battle community, just documenting high-level battles. Doesn't matter if there's 3 people watching or 4. Document dope content and share it so I can watch it when I'm chilling and so other people can watch it and see your soul, see who you are. The more we gather around ideas and observe, assist and interact with each other, and the more content we share, the more we'll get to know each other. We'll be on the same page, and then we can kind of like do more collective movements.
That's got me extremely inspired. I feel like I'm one step closer to my soul.
I feel like you're an old soul.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
That's hectic.
Did you see how when you left here last time the spiders made a nest on everything?
Dude, that's a bit freaky.
It was like a little web joining all the cups together.
Yeah, that's
Lily
pretty
was like, this is intrinsically important. Like she's like, this is extremely spiritual experience. Wherever she goes, she leaves a web. That's what she was saying. Did you know how you were saying something like that?
Just to put some context to this story, I've been seeing spiders everywhere. And I was saying that I never got my angel number or anything. And people always say like, oh, I'm seeing the number 66 everywhere. And I'm like, where's mine? It's spiders for the moment. I'm just dreaming about them every night. But it all started with a huntsman on my car. It got me in the spider state. And I was just talking about is symbology a word? Because I like it.
Hundy.
Symbology of spiders. I can weave my web for good or bad. Oh my God.
Oh my God. It's like an exorcism.
And I need to remember that whatever I do, it's going to affect other people. I'm not just out here on my own. And spiders symbolize your shadow side, which is what I'm always yapping on about, but clearly haven't actually like acknowledged enough in myself to face my fears.
Right.
And I brought the spiders here a couple of days ago, and this big ass web was born overnight after I left.
Shiny
so I'm trying to weave my web, and those words you just said, they freak me out because like, even though I'm trying to be super loose with this platform and like give it to the person if I can, it obviously comes with an agenda, and I'm trying to avoid that. And I want to actually provide something good, and I don't know if I'm doing that, but I guess I'll just keep trying, because exactly like you said, the more you complain, if you're not like being what you want to see, well, fucking what are you doing? So I guess I'm trying to be what I want to see. Yeah.
Dance Bants is sick, mate, because you're just talking to different dancers, and I think that as a cross section of society, dancers are an interesting cross section.
Fuck yeah.
You'll never know what you're going to get with each individual.
Exactly.
And I think that's kind of the fun of it. The Russian roulette side of Dance Bants. Just keep being yourself and keep being...
Thanks, man.
Keep being proactive.
Someone did say to me once that in selecting my interviewees in this process, I'm creating a new hierarchy and I'm at the top of the pyramid. It's hard to, like, you
Who
know,
said
I'm
that?
selecting, I'm not going to say who said it.
Oh, see? Okay, I'll tell you one thing. There is no hierarchy if there's complete transparency.
Is that your way of saying you need to say their name?
Absolutely.
Well,
But as in, like, do you know what I
asked him
mean?
to come on the podcast and he was like, nah. Someone told me that they thought I was up to no good. And I was like, I'm trying. But I don't know what I believe either.
It's as if anyone knows exactly what they believe and as if it doesn't change over time.
Exactly. It changes every episode, man.
Hey.
Wigging me out.
Well, fuck. All I know is I don't want to have a brain that can't change or learn new things.
Hell yeah.
So if I can keep my brain malleable, that's the go. And it's not even easy. It's easy to be stuck in a thought pattern because you're sturdy. You can be like, no, I'm this.
Yeah, yeah.
What if you have to wake
straight
up every day and you're like, I don't know who I am. I don't know where I am.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what this is. We got mad programming, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the brain is that computer.
That's exactly why I'm a fruit fly on this day. Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't know who I am and I'm trying to shape shift and escape the character that I've built, programming myself with all this bullshit that I didn't even know I was doing. It's the great unlearning.
Oh my God. Nah. I got mad respect, eh?
So hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when you've had a taste of freedom, you know? Like, if you know what it feels like to escape the cage, then you start yearning for that.
Hey,
And it's the same shit again.
that's deep. I could probably do some shout outs if that's all
Yeah,
good. eh?
go hard.
Shout out to Queensland Freestyle. Shout out to Hot Chalk. Shout out to Shifts, Villains, Rejects. Shout out to Upstate Connect. Shout out to Golden Coastline. Shout out to Pink Matter. Shout out to Master Wolf. Shout out to...
Are there a couple artists or dancers you'd like to put a little magnifying glass on right now that we should check out?
Yeah, definitely Maxwell Douglas, eh? Like, there's heaps of people, but just, like, someone who, like, just his story at the moment is a story
Yeah.
we should all, like, learn about
Fuck
and get
yeah.
amongst and support because...
Flood the space, baby.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I've said it a billy times, you know what I mean? Like, Matty Gray, he's on another level, like, honestly. He's a boat. If you're looking for beats, samples, good music, from, like, hip-hop to jazz to funk to soul, this dude really is, like, incredible. There's a local school popping off at the moment called Creed Dance.
Oh, yes.
My big homie Shift
Yes.
the Villain, like, he started a school. It's in the middle of Brisbane and Gold Coast, just providing the service for that Logan area. Creed Dance, School of Hard Knocks.
Cool. Thanks, Aaron Griffin.
Whoops.
Where can we find you?
Oh, mate, Sloth with a W on the Insta, on YouTube, on SoundCloud. See yous around, you know what I mean?
Have a nice day, everyone.